What's up, everyone? How you guys and gals doing? Welcome to the show. Your morning biker news right now. Later on, coming up, we have the China Dow. We're going to be talking about things that are always worth doing for yourself. Good conversation coming up. Good conversation. We're going to be talking about in this segment, investigation in the Hells Angels member leads to a bust, but we got a bunch of other stuff we got to cover right now. And guess what? And you know, I've been doing this the last 2 days, and we'll see if it keeps working with our schedules and stuff. But we have China Dow that's going to help me comment on some stories. You know, my co-host right here, she says, I'm pretty.
I kind of cute.
You're kind of cute with that hat, man. She is. Anyway, let's go to our first story right here. We got a sad state of affairs. This one out of KSNB Hastings. Grand Island Harley Davidson dealer set to close. Say it ain't true in Nebraska. Central Nebraska motorcycle enthusiasts will need to travel farther to find a Harley Davidson dealer. Frontier Harley Davidson Outpost announced Thursday that it will close its Grand Island location on September 1st. A news release says the store will be merging with its Lincoln location. The release says the merger is to benefit all parties involved. The closure means there won't be a Harley dealer west of Lincoln in Nebraska. It says it will continue to provide an option to service area bikes by expanding its pickup and delivery operation to include Grand Island. What do you think about that, China, man? It seems like a lot of freaking Harley dealerships are closing now.
That's because their bikes are so dang expensive.
Well, it could be that, but a lot of the corporations and stuff own these Harley Davidson dealers. It's not like the old days where, you know, it was individuals.
Yeah.
Now it's big conglomerates. Come on, when you were doing that King of what was that, King of Bikes or whatever, bag or whatever the hell it was over at St. Charles.
Yeah.
It was like Disneyland in there.
Yeah, that place was like Disneyland. That place was huge.
It was. You're talking millions upon millions.
I think what they're doing is they're slowly, they're corporation owned. So with corporations, they get rid of the weakest link.
I think that's what they're doing. And now they're doing a lot of consolidation because the financial situation is not too good, man. It's not too good as far as what's going out there in the world. If you want to help the show out, you can donate via Super Chat or Cash App at $Motorcycle Madhouse. It really helps us out to keep on doing these types of shows. Our next one up is sad state of affairs again, man. Sad state of affairs here. Looks like I'm using an ad blocker. Oh, well, too bad. I ain't going to cover your article then. Anyway, no arrest after motorcycles block Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco streets. It kind of reminds me of San Francisco treats.
Rice-A-Roni commercial.
But we've been having a lot of these, the dirt bikes, the ATVs and stuff. They're doing a lot of protesting around the country because they got no place to ride whatsoever. Anyway, this out of the San Francisco Standard, a large group of motorcycle and all-terrain riders blocked traffic on the Golden Gate Bridge and San Francisco streets. I almost said treats. Almost a Hollywoodism there. On Sunday, according to the California Highway Patrol. You know, when I hear California Highway Patrol, I think of chips.
That's what I was just going to say.
Poncho.
Is Ponch and John around?
I'm telling you. CHP officer Daryl Horner said patrol vehicles were dispatched from the Marion County office to the bridge at around 4:20. But by the time the officers arrived through the heavy traffic, the group had dispersed into San Francisco. It got the steady stream of dirt bikes, sport bikes, and ATVs was also spotted in the outer Richmond neighborhood and at the intersection of the Great Highway and Lincoln Way near Ocean Beach in the outer Sunset. The Standard witnessed events near Ocean Beach and estimated at least 100 riders. What do you think about these people?
I feel bad because a lot of them really don't have anywhere to ride, because every time they find a good place to ride, you either got people complaining or somebody buys the land and builds on it, so then there's less and less places to ride because a lot of places won't allow the ATVs and the dirt bikes and quads and stuff like that, whatever, out on the streets.
That's kind of like, I like central Wisconsin, where we go up there. They have the ATV trails,
And the side by sides,
the
and
side by
everything.
sides. I
Mhm.
think if a side by side is street legal, you should be able to drive it.
Well, now people are even complaining about golf carts if they're not plated.
I think that's BS. I think people are just a bunch of Karens.
I think we have way too many Karens in this world.
You know,
Karens and Kevins.
if they got brake lights, they got turn signals, they got headlights, I think they should be on the road.
Exactly.
You know, but you'll have other people that say, well, you know, don't buy them if you have no place to ride them. And I don't think that's right.
That's not right. You shouldn't be able to. Don't let somebody tell you what you should and shouldn't buy. That's stupid.
You know, it's your money. You worked for it. Do what you want.
Yeah.
But then they'll say, well, then you have to pay the price. A lot of these kids are not into Harleys. They're not even into sports bikes anymore. They're into this cool. I think ATVs are cool. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You know, dirt bikes. You know what? Most bikers started on dirt bikes, for Christ's sake.
A lot of them did. That's
And
so true.
around here, there's never anywhere to ride. Never. Not even where we're at. And we're in, you know, Cowtown.
We're in Cowtown, and here's one. And on town we live in, they're really big on it. Unless it's plated, you can't have it on the road. We will ticket and take your bike.
They'll try to take the bike from you.
Yeah.
One thing I like about out here, though, with the snowmobile trails is the farmers actually get involved and they let you, you know, the snowmobile clubs go in there and dig it out. Problem is, you can't use a snowmobile around here. It's never winter.
Never enough snow to use them.
You got to go up to, you know, the woods to get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you got to go about at least 4 hours north.
4 hours up.
4 hours north to get the good snow.
Out of the express, we got a biker influencer. Yes, he was pretty freaking big too, if you know him on YouTube. He is dead at 23, just days after sharing a cryptic message to his fiance. I guess he was on the cusp of getting married to I ain't gonna even say it. That's a Hollywoodism waiting to go. A fellow biking enthusiast. He was out of Turkey, and he was a renowned bike blogger. Just lost his life in a horrifying crash, leaving his wedding plans shattered. You think?
Well, duh.
Just weeks before the big day, Burak Kantas, a 23-year-old influencer with a massive online following, was flung off his bike in Turkey after a collision with a dog. Now, you just can imagine hitting a dog and this happened. You imagine a deer? Oh, my goodness.
Or if you go far up north.
Yeah,
moose.
You can run into a bear or something like that.
Bear or moose.
The incident comes on the heels of a cryptic message he shared online, casting a haunting shadow over the unfortunate events. He sent out a message, I am prepared to journey with you until life's end. Oh, man. Let's see here. He drew an audience of 85,000 on social media. He's been transparent about his love story and how dramatically reshaped his life. He was an avid motorcyclist. He traveled his followers with gripping tales of his biking escapades. It's always sad to hear a young one die, man.
Yeah, that is sad. And for him to send a message like that saying that, you know, until life ends, and for his life to end.
It is kind of cryptic.
Right after that message was sent.
Unbelievable, man.
Or within maybe an hour or whatever, however long it was. But for him to pass after he sent that message, that's kind of
messed up.
It's kind of creepy.
We're going to remove China Doll for this story. She don't get involved in this kind of stuff. Global news. We got an investigation, and this is our main story for today, into an Ontario Hells Angels member leads to a large ammunition and firearm bust. OPP has said. Now, it's said that they seized a large number of firearms and ammunition, as well as a stolen motorcycle. That I can't stand that when somebody steals a motorcycle. It's like, come on, we're all bikers. What are you stealing a bike for? It's like stealing a horse. they should hang you for stuff like that. In a community northeast of Chatham, Ontario, last week, following a months-long investigation, the OPP, Bikers Enforcement Unit, began its investigation into a current member of the Ontario Hells Angels, also said to be a former member of Alberta, in April after a motorcycle was reported stolen from Alberta. Friday, a search warrant was executed at the home on Zone Road 7. 2 people were arrested at the scene. An officer seized a stolen motorcycle. It's pictured right here if you're on YouTube and stuff, as well as 5 rifles and approximately 3,000 rounds of ammunition. Holy cow, man. That's not that much. Anyway, there is a picture right there. The firearm he got hit with, 60-year-old man, 52-year-old man, both of Bothwell have been charged with possession of property obtained by crime over 5,000 and breaching firearm regulations involving storing a firearm or restricted weapon. The accused have been released from custody and are scheduled to appear before the Ontario Court of Justice in October right there. Oh, my goodness gracious. Anyway, China Doll, what do we got coming up in the second half of the show right here? Are you kind of like having fun doing some biker news with me?
Well, I mean, I did some.
You did some, but
there's some things I don't need to know.
I love it. I love it. A woman knows what it's about.
There are some things I do not need to know, and I'd rather not know. Thank you very much.
There you go.
But as far as, we got a couple news stories that are coming up, some that are very interesting. One, I'm sure Hollywood will not be thrilled with me for doing.
As always.
Because there's always that.
We're actually going to talk about your preference if you want to see a Biden Trump rematch. That's going to be interesting to hear your thoughts on that.
And then we're going to also touch base on some things as far as a bucket list, and the main topic of the show is going to be things that are always worth doing for yourself before it's too late.
I think people don't do a lot for themselves.
No, they don't. That's why we mentioned bucket list, because you should actually write down a bucket list, because you know what? You only live once, people.
And you get caught up in that rat race stuff.
Yeah.
And life just passed you by.
Yep.
That's why sometimes I get worried with a lot of these older people. They work and work and work. They never sit and relax. Next thing you know, they die. And it's like, man, you didn't even collect Social Security at that point.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I feel that people need to accomplish before the dirty deed happens.
Right. Anyway, don't forget, if you have to have autoplay on YouTube, that will make sure you get automatically transferred over to where the Motorcycle Madhouse Radio YouTube channel is, or you click that link. We'll be right back. Rock on, baby. Join the Insane Throttle Members Only Club on YouTube or Spotify and receive exclusive content. Your membership in the Throttle Club helps keep the show going strong.
Is an in-depth look at the trials and tribulations of street gang and motorcycle club life. This isn't the run-of-the-mill book that doesn't give the goods. This book will go into detail of events that actually happened. All materials in this book have been approved by those involved. There is nothing poetic, nor is there any price worth paying for the life we choose to live on the streets. James Hollywood Machikari, Brotherhood and Betrayal.